Okay, thank you for reminding me. Thankfully, we're not at the most important part yet, so you're not missing the fun part yet. Yeah. All right. Thanks for reminding me, MC. Okay. So the advantages of online learning, it can be fun if done properly. I'm actually going to show later on an example of somebody doing an AED related class online, and it's amazing. It has clear audio because if you were to use Google Meet or you were to use Zoom or Microsoft Teams, one of the biggest problem of online meeting software like WebEx, Google Meet, and all that is that if there is an internet problem, the one that suffers is the audio. The microphone akan pecah gila tau. It will really break up. But if you upload to YouTube or if you do it through Facebook or Twitch, it is only the video that becomes blurry, but the audio is preserved. Because the priority when you're doing live streaming through YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch using OBS is that it tries its best to preserve the audio. All right, the visuals come second. When you do an online meeting, it's the visuals that come first because of the way it works, and then the audio comes second. So if there's an internet problem, the audio might be impacted to the point where if you're recording the meeting and if at that time the internet went down, the audio at that point will go down as well. However, with OBS, when you're doing a live stream with OBS, you can also record concurrently, and in the recording, the audio is clear. And you can also give a recording, and that one is not affected by the internet speed at all. So that's one of the amazing things, all right? Of course, a lot of students also mention about internet being a problem. They mentioned about this. This is something I'll talk about later, all right? All right, so now, what is the difference between using OBS for your classes and Google Meet? Okay, OBS is simply an interface that shows what you want the audience to see, and you have a lot of control on that, and it transfers the video to a platform such as Twitch or YouTube or Facebook Live or any other platform. So what I'm showing here on my screen, if you can see here, is a screenshot I took from a platform called Twitch. Twitch is a very, very popular platform for online streams where everybody uses OBS over there. So this is an example of somebody actually showing how to cook online. So you can do a lot of things, not just classes. Even, if let's say you want to show your recipes, for example, you can show your cooking. You can have 2 cameras set up, and this is the chat. People are participating, and yes, a cooking video getting 3,000 views over there. People do want to watch that, all right? And then, for example, this is YouTube, and this is from my own channel when I was doing online classes during the, I think this was this ERTL 2019? No, this is before ERTL. This is actually a revision class I did at night, just, to help the students. And you had the participation there as well. So one of the, I would say, slight disadvantage of using OBS is that unless you really know how to set it up, you will not be hearing or seeing your students. That is the advantage of Google Meet and Zoom. You can see the students, you can hear the students. With OBS, you kind of lose that ability. It is still possible to do it, but slightly complicated. So more or less, you're interacting solely through the text here. So you'll be reading off YouTube chat or maybe on Twitch chat over here, and then you have to respond to those questions, all right? But it still offers a lot of flexibility because you don't have too much coming from the audience. It all comes from the chat. It makes it easier to stream. It's not really heavy or taxing on the internet connection. All right, so I'm going to disconnect my session for a while because I'm going to do a live session to show how OBS works, all right? A live sample here. So let me see. I'm going to off my camera for a while. Okay, I'm going to stop the sharing here first. Okay, I'm going to stop my camera as well. So now everybody is not able to see me, right? If anybody can still see me, please let me know. All right, checking with the audience. Am I visible or invisible? Test, test. Am I visible or invisible? Invisible. All right, very good. Invisible, right? Okay.
Invisible.
Invisible. All right, great. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give a link to my YouTube channel after this, and I'm going to show some stuff on YouTube. So I'm going to transfer this to YouTube. Then once we are done with the YouTube, we're going to come back to this Zoom session, right? I hope everybody can follow me. So let me just set up for a while. So I'm going to have to off my mic for this setup for a while, just for a while. All right. Now everybody can still hear me, right? Okay, great. Everybody can hear me? That's no problem. All right. Now, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hold on a second. Just give me 1 minute to set up over here. Okay. Chop. Hold on, where's the capture? Just give me 1 minute, yeah? Okay. Meanwhile, while I set up, if you have any questions, just let me know. I'm willing to help everybody here. All right, so now you can still hear me, right? Okay, I'm gonna post the link to my YouTube channel. And if it works, you shall see, let me see, what you'll see on my YouTube channel is there'll be one video that's live right now as we speak. And it will say that stream is starting soon. So participate there for the time being, starting now. All right, can everybody see what's on the YouTube channel right now?
We have to go to YouTube.
No? So YouTube channel is blank, is it?
What's the YouTube channel?
Yeah, we can see. We can see.
All right, so now it's saying that stream is starting soon, right? Is that what you see? All right, is everybody on YouTube right now? Just checking. Okay, hold on, I have a lot of things on my screen, so hold on for a second, yeah. Okay, this one I can minimize. I should put
Yeah, YouTube is okay now, we can see.
YouTube's okay, all right. Hold on just 1 minute. Okay, live streaming workshop is here. Just give me 1 moment. All right, testing, testing. Can I be heard on Zoom right now?
Yes, I do.
All right, Alhamdulillah. So first of all, thank you just now. So that is an example of how an OBS live session works. And if you notice just now, some of you might be asking, when I was doing my session just now, the background was completely blank. It is because of this thing behind me called a green screen, which I will also talk about later during this workshop. So if you have a green cloth or you have a green screen like this, the concept is anything that is green can be easily removed. So I use this, to just make the background disappear because nobody wants to see my mirror or my closet or bedroom, right? Unless, you want a house tour, but that's something else altogether. And I noticed a question just now on YouTube. Somebody asked me, do you need to have two screens? Nope. When I first started doing online classes and even online gaming, I only had one laptop. I didn't have an external monitor at all. And I used that for a very long time. I only started using two monitors when last year. But for at least 2-3 years, I managed with only one monitor. It is possible. It might be a little bit challenging at first, but trust me, it is possible actually, all right? All right, any questions before I proceed with this? Did it seem difficult or did it seem like something you wanted to try?
Maybe for some still blur because they did not know how to use OBS. So.
Yeah, this is a mukaddimah, just to show what you can do with OBS. I'm not showing how to use it yet. That is after during the second session, all right?
The green screen look interesting.
The what?
The green screen look interesting.
The green screen. This is actually, I think, from Shopee or Lazada, because I noticed a lot of lecturers love to do online shopping. Nothing wrong with that. And we can take advantage of the sale. Because of COVID-19, I'm not paid to say this, a lot of companies have actually given discounts on products that can be used for online streaming or online media. Like this screen behind me, you don't even need this fancy screen. You actually, this kain hijau cukup. All you need is just a green cloth. All right, because I like being neat, that's why I have that, that holder and everything. But you don't even need to have that. Just, put a green cloth, and I believe Ustaz Ma'at does that actually for his own videos. I actually borrowed Ustaz Ma'at's green cloth for a long time until I finally bought this. My wife bought this for me actually, and yeah, there you go. All right, any other questions so far before we proceed? And I hope I'm not too fast because I do realize I might talk very fast at sometimes. So may I know, among the audience, the majority of you are from what course in particular? From what program in particular? Because I do realize that, different, different departments and different courses might have different approaches. For example, in the humanities, for those from human sciences, it might be easier to just, to just talk and show examples behind. But of course, there are some courses that require more hands-on showing. For example, biology, for example, or for example, ICT might require a lot of screen capture, which is possible. But the unique thing about OBS is that you can tailor it based on what you need to show. So I want to show this one example. Let me see if I have it right now. Okay, hold on. Let me just show this. Now, OBS also has the power to record a screen. It's not just for live, but it's also a recording facility, all right? So I'm going to share my screen. Just one moment. Hold on. This is specific over here. Sorry. Okay. Okay, I think you can see my screen now, and it is quite blank, right? Hold on, where's my Zoom? Okay, I'll put my Zoom chat here. All right, I believe you can see this screen here, right? So I was watching, I like to watch live streams in my free time because I stream myself, all right? And there is this one educator who teaches art and craft and pottery. Pottery, basically, making vases and making, and because one reason why I highlighted this is because I read online that a lot of people who are from, the more practical courses such as biology or AED, they're very worried. How can we do our online classes when what we're doing is physical? Well, watch this. This is a potter. And look at that. She has 5,000 viewers. 5,000 viewers of watching someone making, vases. And look at how active chat is over here. So just to show, because I know some of us feel like, oh my God, it's our field boring to do online, but there are so many possibilities of what you can do online. So she's showing how she does a mug, and then she's showing how she does, all the techniques and everything. So in her case, she's doing a 2 webcam setup. So she actually bought 2 cameras and then connected to the laptop and then use OBS to actually display both. And then she even has her topic over here, like what is she making at the moment, and then discount if you want to purchase what she makes. So there are a lot of possibilities of what you can do with OBS Studio. You can do the traditional, just show the slide and you narrating. You don't necessarily have to show your face either. If you want to be, if you're shy, or maybe you want a bit of privacy, there's nothing wrong with that. You can also have just audio and the slides. You can have the traditional one. But if you want to be creative and have interaction, this is what you can do. All right. And I've been told by we have a lot of people in the audience from practical courses such as chemistry and AD. You are not left out, because there were instances in my classes where I had to show symbols, because when I teach linguistics, there's a chapter called phonetics, and phonetics is where you have to write symbols to represent sounds. Or maybe that people from is anyone from mathematics here? You might want to show formula, right? So there are different ways to show them. Some ways are free of charge. Some ways might require a slight investment. Maybe you want to buy an additional webcam, or maybe you want to buy a tablet to draw on so that whatever you draw is shown on screen. But I would say that the expenditure is not that much. It's just around maybe 100 or 200 at most. Not too much. You don't even have to have top of the line equipment. All right, I started off with just the UIA laptop given to me in 2012. That's how I began, and alhamdulillah, here I am today doing a lot of live streams. All right, so I think the time now is 10 a.m. I've done my mukaddimah for today. So any questions before we take a short break and then move on to the second part? Any questions from the audience?
Nazri,
Yes.
sorry, I just joining in.
Yes.
Basically, I nak double check je lah.
Uh-huh.
OBS ni literally dia akan record the whole screen punya activity ke macam tu?
All right. Okay, I'll show here right now. That's a very good question. I think that's Emilia's voice just now, right? Emilia Diana, is it?
Exactly, yes.
All right. Thank God I can recognize voices still. I'm not deaf yet. Okay. Okay, hold on. Let me just show my screen. Okay, can you see my screen right now?
Yes.
Okay. This is how OBS looks like. I'll cover in the second one. You choose what you want to show to the audience. So if you want to show the audience, just this screen over here, you show this. So you want to hide your messy desktop. You can hide your messy desktop completely. Let's say, for example, you don't want to show this thing in the center there. So I can just, where's the hide one? Yeah, just hide this and bye-bye, it's blank. And my desktop actually looks like this. Look, you can see all the icons on the left here. This is my actual desktop. But in OBS, it's blank. So you have complete control of what is shown and also what is heard. So let's say, for example, you have WhatsApp on one window, you have maybe all other software. They say, for example, you tengah dengar nota sambil ajar, right? You're listening to a lecture while lecturing just to get hints. You can choose to off that so that only you can hear it, but your audience doesn't. You can also control that. There are a lot of functions you can actually do with OBS. And then I will teach this later in the second session. So there are 2 functions here: start streaming and start recording. So streaming is when you're live, and recording is when you're recording. So you can choose to just do live and tak record langsung, no recording. You can choose to record and then upload later, or you can choose to broadcast and at the same time record. There's so many possibilities. And you can choose what to show. You don't want to show your face. For example, you're shy today, ataupun maybe, you know, maybe you got upset with a child, maybe, or you had a bad day. It shows on your face. You can hide your face. My webcam is not showing over here. You can hide it completely. You have a messy desktop. You only have one monitor. No problem. You can hide everything. You choose what you want to show. It is that powerful. And the best part is one thing I'm really amazed is that on the internet, there are a lot of programmers who I call them, they're not Muslim, tapi I call them fi sabilillah, in a sense that they are so generous. They're coming out with a lot of free software and, you know, trying to make life better for all of the internet. OBS has been around for a very, very long time. I think more than 10 years, actually. And this is a software that is used by, I would say, 80 to 90% of streamers online use OBS. Because right now it is the most powerful on the market and it's free of charge. And you can do so many things with it. You know, let's say you want to do a simple recording, or you just want to do a recording in class with a watermark, or, you know, you just want to, you know, remove things from the screen and just show a certain part. You can do that. Or let's say, for example, you want to have slides, but at the same time show what you call this. Okay, right now I have a webcam. I'll show later how to move the webcam around. Let's say, for example, you want to have slides, at the same time, a camera focus on your hand writing or showing something. You can do that as well. A question from Sister Siti Hajar. No time limitation at all. If you want to do a 9-hour stream, by all means do it. In fact, there are streamers who are crazy. They do 24-hour streams. And there is no time limit with, if that's what you mean by time limit. If you mean by, for example, time limit, how long you can use the software, it's a freeware. It's a free of charge software. And this is where, you know, it totally beats Zoom, because Zoom, unless you have the license, you have, I think, a 45-minute limit. If you're using WebEx free, you have 40 minutes. Google, if let's say Google, you're using URA account, then you can record. Otherwise, you cannot record if you have a normal Google account. But OBS, even TV stations use it. It's that amazing, all right? And it's that powerful. The only limitation I would say of OBS is, number one, your creativity. You need to be very creative on how you use OBS. I'll show some examples later on. And then, what you call this? If you have a very slow computer, some of the functions might slow down the computer, but I will tell you which one is slow and which is not slow, because I've been using it for a long time, using the old URA laptop given in 2012. So I know what slows down and what doesn't slow down the whole thing. And of course, if you have a lot of things to show, having one monitor might be a disadvantage. I saved up and now I have 2 monitors. So I have a monitor on the right over here where I can read Zoom and YouTube and everything. And then I have a monitor on the left here just for the workshop. So having more monitors does help, but it's not compulsory. You can still do things, all right? Any other questions before we go for a break?
Actually, Brother Nazra,
Yes.
for the second screen, they can use their call, if they have tab or they have handphone.
Yes.
They can use it as a second screen.
Yes. You can use your nowadays, because of how very good stuff. Thank you for reminding me about that. Because of the power of the phone today. Let's say, for example, oh my God, you want to read your students' feedback. You can now do that on the phone. I'm not promoting any brand, by the way, all right? So nowadays, the phone can become your second screen. Of course, there are some things that are hard to do on the phone. But if, let's say, you want to have a second screen to read your students' feedback or see their assignments while you're teaching, that is powerful. That is very powerful. Thank you for reminding me, Samad, about that. All
And
right.
also, brother, for the
Yes.
they can use studio mode to split the screen.
Yes, I will also show that actually later in the second part of the thing. So let's say there's a function later on I will teach. Let's say, for example, hey, I want to change something, but I don't want people to see it. So you can do this thing called studio mode. You can do your changes here but this is the actual stream going on. But that is for later, for the second half, yeah? All right. Any other questions or feedback? Okay, Sister Hafiza has a very good question there. So which one is better, OBS or Streamlabs OBS? Okay, both are good, and Streamlabs OBS is basically OBS, but with additional functionality made by Streamlabs. Now, Streamlabs OBS, also known as SLOBS, SLOBS, it is slightly more user-friendly, but it does have its bugs, it does have its glitches, and some things, might be a little bit complicated to set up. The normal OBS is slightly more complex, but it is lighter on the computer. I would say that OBS is slightly lighter than Streamlabs OBS, number one. Although OBS is slightly more complicated, Streamlabs OBS has some glitches depending on what you're trying to do. All right, but both are fine. And what I'm going to say today can be applied to both, although there are some things that are exclusive just to OBS. Although I have to say that the normal OBS is more customizable. All right. All right. Any other questions? What I cannot read what Sister Norfazlina said there. What does that mean? All right. So if you have no questions, I leave it back to the moderator. We have a short break right now, right? All right. So how long is our break, Sister Moderator? Okay, 15 minutes break, of course. Plus, I need to drink water because when I talk a lot, it makes the throat really, really dry.
So
All right.
shall we start 10:30?
10:30 now is, let's see, 10. Okay, sure. 10:30 will be nice. So I will join back at 10:30. So hoping to see everyone. And okay, hope everybody learned something from the session. So we shall, what you call this? What's the word for it? We
Thank
shall
you.
postpone
Actually,
this
very
session.
interesting. Jazakallah
All
khair.
right. Thank you. Thank you, Ustaz. All right. Assalamualaikum. All right. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum. Okay, testing. Is my voice clear or not? Test. All right.
Okay.
Okay, great. Okay,
Clear,
let me
clear.
just change my webcam because I need to use a different webcam because I'll explain later why I'm using two webcams as well. All right, so let's see. Okay, this webcam, let me see. I need to look over here. All right. I'm not used to using this webcam, so my eyesight might be a little bit different. Okay, maybe I just use this one for time being lah. All right. Anyway, hope everyone is great. So to the organizers, hope everything is great. If there are people in CFS, who's in CFS right now, by the way, for this workshop? Who's currently in CFS? Sister Rohaya, siapa lagi? Sister Fazlina. Who else? I know Sister Fatima Putri is in Gombak at the moment. It's in Gombak pula. It's in Gambang at the moment. I always mispronounce Gambang as Gombak.
Ayo, jauh sangat beza tu, sensitif.
Itulah kan jauh beza kan. Jeffrey Khairil raise a hand. Okay, so Jeffrey is also in Gambang. Sister Haniza. All right. Okay, hold on. I'm just loading a few examples right now to show. Because this next part, those who have been to my workshop either last year or last 2 years, might notice that I change things every now and then. And I also, change the way I describe things, partly because technology always changes, number one. And number two, the more I understand how, people understand technology, the more I realize that, there needs to be a different way to describe things based on people's understanding and based on, how people look at things, all right? Because I have to understand also that not everybody is familiar with social media, not everybody is familiar with streaming, not everybody is familiar with all the terminologies used. So at any time, and now I'm telling myself to be slow, by the way. So at any time, if I'm too fast, you may slow me down. That's number one. And number two, if you have any questions, just raise your hand or use a microphone to go me, say something. I don't mind. Let's keep this as, as relaxed as possible. Because the whole point of education, and I'm treating this the same way I treat a class, all right? It's basically a discussion and a sharing of knowledge, because I believe that knowledge ultimately comes from Allah, and we are just simply intermediaries of that knowledge for our students. All right. So all right. So first of all, hope everyone is great wherever you are in Malaysia or Gambang or wherever it is. So this will be the second part of my workshop on how to use OBS Studio for live streaming. So for those who might have missed the first part, I basically talked a bit about, what's live streaming, and I talk about, the challenges that people face. And then we got feedback from most of you saying that internet is an issue for some people. And then I even showed an example of, what an OBS style class would be like. Let me just get a link, by the way. Let me just give you all a link, just in case you want to watch what happened just now. So here's the unique thing about OBS Studio, right? Once you have done your live stream using OBS, that recording will then be permanent on whatever platform you're using. For example, let's say you do it on YouTube, or is it on Facebook, or is it on Twitch. So that video will be permanently there. So your students or your friends or your family can then rewatch it at their convenience. So to show how convenient that is, I'm going to post a link here in chat. And tada, that is the session just now that we just did this earlier when I played the game with my students, and then, show the effects you can do and so on and so forth, all right? All right, now I'm going to slow down. I have to tell myself to slow down because I do realize I'm very, very fast at explaining things, all right? So one of the first things that needs to be understood about how to do the whole live streaming thing is that we need to understand there are two separate things going on. First of all, there is the software side. So in this case, we are using OBS to transmit or to show whatever you want to show to the audience. That's number one. Number two, you need an account on a website that allows streaming media, all right? When it comes to streaming media, the top two would be Twitch and YouTube. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen just to show what on earth is Twitch and YouTube live, all right? It is different from IG Live, by the way, because the concept of Instagram Live is that, you don't need any software. You're just showing, your, okay, I'm not promoting any brand here, by the way. So you're just showing, say, okay, I'm live here, blah, 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 blah. You're just showing your face and reading what people say. That's IG Live, all right? OBS, you can do way more than that. So just let me share my screen for a while. And let me see. I'm going to share this screen over here. All right. I believe everybody can see my screen right now, right? Can everybody see my screen?
Yes, brother.
Yes. Okay. So I'm going to show two different platforms here. Okay. This is what is called Twitch, twitch.tv. Now, Twitch specializes in streaming media. Everything you see here is going on live right now. For example, let's see, this guy has 23,000 viewers talking about FIFA, talking about football. You have people talking about video games, how he's making a new game, 1,900 viewers. Somebody is playing a game here, 500 viewers, all sorts of stuff. So mostly here you'll find people talking about gaming, but it's not just gaming. For example, you have people sharing their music, people sharing their craft, people sharing their classes. Let's say, for example, if I were to search a category, for example, food, all right? People, cooking. Because that seems to be common. All right, right now we have a class with only, we have a display here. Let's see, which one has a lot of viewers. Let's see. Okay, this person has 55 viewers. And this might give ideas as to how you can do your live stream. Okay, tak halal, pork chop, let's change. I don't want to show pork here on my, let's say, okay lah, orang ni potong. And of course, when things are free, there's advertisement. So over here, this person is showing the camera to his very, very small kitchen. You can see the garlic, you can see the onions and the kettle and everything. And this is how it works. You can chat over here. He'll be able to read. Okay, somebody's chatting over there. I'm not sure if you can hear this whole part I'm showing. And yeah, basically, you can show your cooking, for example. Or let's say another one. Let's show another one other than food. Maybe, let's see, what other categories do we have? We have art, for example. Yeah, people who want to either draw or people, yeah, for those from AD, because I do understand we do have staff from AD department here. So let's say you want to show your design. So you can, if let's say your design is in AutoCAD or your design is, on Photoshop, you can have a capture of the entire screen. You can show your process of how you're drawing. And then the people there are already replying, ooh, they're like totally wowed by the animation drawing here. Or for example, let's see, what else? Somebody is painting something, some doing some art. Is that boba tea over there? Yeah, so you can have one camera over here showing the person doing what you're doing. And then on the screen here is what's being drawn. You can do that. So you can see that it's not just about explaining what's on the slide. You can also show physical things if you have, of course, certain equipment and so on and so forth, all right? So Twitch is not just about gaming, although the majority use it for the gaming. Why? Because of how powerful the chat bar is. For example, let's say you really like what someone is doing here, you can instantly donate over here. I don't know why. Or for example, you feel that you want to support, you can actually pay monthly to the person if you want to. I don't know why you want to do that, but there are people who do that. You just enjoy a channel so much and then you give them money. That seems to be an internet thing. And now YouTube is doing the same thing. So this is YouTube Live. Oh, by the way, there's a staff who just followed me. Thank you. All right. So YouTube and YouTube Live are two different things, all right? So YouTube is just for normal videos, but if you go to youtube.com/live, then you get what is going on live. Even the parliament is live on YouTube, all right? So there are a lot of videos that are going on live right now. So this is basically the platform which you use OBS to show everything on that platform. That's basically how it works, all right? Now, before I go on to this next part, I believe most of you might have either gotten a message or maybe an email from the organizing committee about, number one, downloading OBS. And if I'm not mistaken, maybe in the email or message is mentioned about having to activate your account. Did everybody get that? Because
Yes, brother. We got
yes,
it.
okay. Now the reason why is because technology is free and is very, very powerful. But unfortunately, recently, I think it started last year, a lot of people started to misuse technology for really bad things. Okay, especially YouTube, because YouTube has a lot of viewers and a lot of videos, so it's very, very hard to monitor what is going on. So there have been cases where young people are showing things that shouldn't be shown on social media, if you know what I mean over here. Like there are people who do videos of themselves bathing. Like, who cares about that? I don't want nobody wants to see you shower and all that, right? So YouTube now does this thing where you have to verify your account, and they will take 24 hours to review. Is this person a real person? Do you have any bad behavior? And so on and so forth. And now, because of how YouTube has been misused, if you want to do a live session from your phone, you're no longer able to do it unless you have 1,000 subscribers if you want to stream from the phone, because they want to be extra sure that you're a legit person. You're not, an illegal entity. With Twitch, they don't have that restriction because, first of all, I mean, if you ask the average Malaysian, hey, what's Twitch? They're like, huh? Yeah, what's Twitch? They don't know what Twitch is. I believe most of the lecturers as well wouldn't know what is Twitch, because Twitch is very specialized. And also because logging into Twitch, every time you log in, not only will they ask for your password, but they will also have like a tag code, because they want to make sure it's real people who's actually using Twitch. And Twitch, they really have the staff and the facilities to check people who stream on the platform. In fact, Twitch, if let's say I were to like buka butang sikit on my shirt, but that's, of course, I would never do that lah. If I were to expose a little bit, I will get banned, or will get a timeout, or be suspended for a while. They are actually very concerned about what you call this, not to say the halalness, but the appropriateness of what you wear. People have been banned for being topless on Twitch, so they actually do monitor. Okay, good question from Sister Hafiza. For OBS, nope. OBS is completely free of charge, no royalty whatsoever, and you don't even have to register the software. The software is completely free. You have to register for a Twitch or a YouTube account, however. That one is required. But the software, no registration at all. All right. Now, the second thing that's important is the concept of something called a stream key. I will type this term in chat. There's something called a stream key. Now, what is a stream key? So you have your software and you have the platform that you choose, either Facebook or YouTube or Twitch. The stream key is what connects OBS to the platform. So you don't use a password, use a special key, because anyone can hack your password. So for extra security, use a stream key. Okay, on Twitch, okay, and because of security reasons, they tend to change where the settings are all the time. It annoys me sometimes as well. Let me see. If you are using Twitch, I believe it's, hold on, they keep on changing it, by the way. I believe it's under alamak. Where did it go again? I think it's under channel. There. So you go to your dashboard, you go to channel. This is your stream key. I cannot reveal what my stream key is, because if you have this code here, anybody can use my channel. I'm not going to let that happen. Now with YouTube, YouTube is a little bit complicated with where the stream key is. So what I do is I will do this, YouTube Live Dashboard. I'll search YouTube Live Dashboard. Then you find the dashboard. Okay, let YouTube load. YouTube sometimes can be a bit slow in loading. Blah, blah, blah. Not sure why it's slow. And then you notice down here, stream key. So this is an important code that you should not reveal to anyone, but you'll be using this code whenever you stream, all right? That's number one. You need to know where to find the stream key. So if you're using Twitch, go to your dashboard, go to your left, and then channel, and then go for your primary stream key, all right? And then if you're using YouTube, I would suggest just Google YouTube Live Dashboard. You'll automatically find this page if you're logged in, and then get your code over there. This code, keep it and never lose the code, all right? Facebook, I'm not sure how to use it because I don't really use Facebook at all because I'm concerned about number one, Facebook privacy settings, and number two, a lot of Bawang army people are on Facebook, so I tend to avoid that kind of stuff. Basically, you know, the gossip hungry people are all on Facebook, so I just don't want to, you know, cause a fuss over there. All right, but you can stream on Facebook if you like doing that, right? That's the number one concept that needs to be understood, stream key. Okay, number two is understanding how to stream, all right? So if you're using YouTube, for example, okay, you have to have one window, and then, okay, let's see, let me open OBS for a while. This is OBS. Just give me a second for it to load. And at any time, ask me questions. Okay. So this is OBS, the software. I'll be in more detail after this. So whatever is in OBS over here in this blank screen is what is shown to the audience. Now in this window, if you're using YouTube, over here is a preview of what the audience sees. Over here is something called live chat. So if you notice, it might be a little bit tough having so many things on screen over here, right? Which is why normally when people do streaming, they have two monitors, one for this. And just to show, okay, I'm going to show what my other screen is because I have two screens over here. So this is my, now can you see what I'm sharing over here? Do you see a second screen right now? Good.
Yes, yes.
You see now I have the YouTube chat just now over here, and then I have the Zoom chat over here. So this is my second monitor. So it's not compulsory, but at least it helps things become neater lah, depending on the size of your laptop, all right? So for all intents for this workshop, I'm just going to use one screen, all right? Now, if you're using YouTube, what you can do is on your dashboard over here, next to the word live chat, you see three dots over here, okay? What I normally do is do pop-out chat. So this will separate the chat into another window, and now you're able to actually read the chat next to OBS. Because, you know, having the whole YouTube window can be very, very messy and all that. Another trick is if you have a mini tripod and you have your phone, you can open your own YouTube channel on the phone and then open the chat to your live video, put it on, you know, your table, and then read from there. That doubles as a second screen. You can do that as well. Find a method that is comfortable for you, all right? If you're going to do a long stream though, I recommend that if you're using the phone method, make sure your phone is on full charge.
Masalah kalau nak makan piye?
Who's that?
Ha?
All right.
Yalah nasi lemak dengan yang semalam mu cakap kan.
Who's that?
Maybe switch off.
Ada telur
Switch off
gulung,
all
ada
the
apa
mics.
semua.
Okay, I should switch off all the mics. Hold on. All right. Okay, I hope I offed everybody, I guess. Okay, no worries. That happens in online classes anyway. All right. That's if you're using YouTube to access the chat. Now, if you're on Twitch, you just go to your dashboard. The dashboard is one of the most useful parts. Okay. On Twitch, you have more functionalities. So over here, first of all, you have something called the activity feed. You can see live who's your new follower so that, you know, for example, you want to appreciate, say, oh, thank you for following while the thing's happening. You can see who donated, who joined. Yeah, a lot of things can happen on Twitch. And then over here, you want to edit things on the fly. You have it on the right. So over here, if you're using Twitch, you see my chat. Again, three dots, the same thing. And then pop out chat. And then tada, you have your chat over there. And this is also for both Twitch and for YouTube. If you click again on the three dots, you can see who is currently live on your channel. So this works as an attendance because nobody can lie about this part. Because over here, you can see who is currently active. We're not talking about people who are just silent and then their laptop on. We're talking about people who are actively watching, meaning to say their window is on. So this is a very nice way to get attendance in case you're concerned. Hey, how do I get attendance using live stream? Well, let's say, for example, hey, you forgot to share your attendance link. You can easily check the attendance over here. And after the video is over, after your live cast, when you watch back your video, you can see who was active at what time. I'll show an example, okay? Because I also regularly use, I stream video games as a hobby, all right? So I regularly use Twitch for other stuff as well. So I just want to show an example of how it works. There was this one stream I did on Sunday where I had 200 viewers. It was really crazy. So let's see. I believe it's on my channel. Just to show how you can check attendance and how powerful streaming is, all right? Okay, my past videos. All right, so this one I had 200 plus viewers, alhamdulillah. That was kind of crazy. All right, so here you see on the right here, there's even the timestamp, like what time, in minute keberapa, sorry. All right, so let's say, for example, I go, where was it? I think it was here. Okay, wait. Yeah. So you can see how many people are talking to me, and you can even see at what particular minute did they participate. This is a very powerful feature of live streaming. So when you re-watch, you tengok balik, and let's say, hey, I missed a question from a student. When you watch back the video, you even have at what particular time of the video, you can even jump to the videos to see, hey, student two, what was he reacting to? What was he or she looking at that made him ask that? You can see the timestamp. This is a very powerful feature of live streaming. So you will never miss replies. In fact, in class, on your WhatsApp group, you can say, oh, referring to your question at 1 hour and 38 minutes, for example. You can do that. And yeah, this is an example of what I do on the weekends. I just play games and, people chat with me and, they make really, really horrible levels and challenge me, and they want to see me die so badly in a game. I don't know why people like to see me die, but never mind. All right, so this is one of the beauty of live streaming, all right? And another thing, on YouTube, let me see if it works the same way, because YouTube tends to update itself a lot these days. If I were to see YouTube, because I did an online class around, this is the one active one that had 200 viewers as well. So if ever you open, you have the chat replay. So you're able to see, yeah, the students, you can see, let me see, there's a timestamp there. Nope. But yeah, you can see at exactly what, you can see the order of everything. I think if you go at live chat replay, you can see the timing, if I'm not mistaken. But that's the beauty. You can actually, rewatch even the chat. So this is a powerful thing in what you call this, live streaming. All right. So that is how it is on the YouTube side or Twitch side. Now let's talk about the software. All right. So over here, this is how OBS looks like. See, OBS stands for Open Broadcaster Studio. I believe the current version right now is version 26. They update very regularly, by the way. When OBS first came out, it was very, very difficult to use. But today, because of people freely contributing things, it has become so easy to use, alhamdulillah. Okay, is my audio still audible, buddy? Is there any echo or anything? Just need to check. Anyone in chat? Everything okay? All good. All right, great. Okay, so I'm going to go very, very slow with this because this software can be very complicated if you don't know where to start. Okay, if you are using this for the first time, everything will be blank. This part will be blank, this part will be blank, and this part will be blank as well. The reason why I have so much in the list here is because I regularly stream and already have a list of what to put in what order for my streams, all right? So over here on the left is something that we call the scenes bar. So you want to change between different setups. For example, this is my screen for classes or gaming. Let's say I want to have like a soon screen. So it changes to this. So I can change between different screens, not slides, but different screens. Let's say I want to end things. Maybe I can change to this, for example, and then go back to classes. I can go to this. All right. Over here, the sources refers to what do you want to show. All right. So let's go very slowly. Okay, you don't have to do it yet on your laptop or desktop. But what I recommend is you take note of it. Then after I talk, then we can start trying, and then I will actually address each individual person if you need help for anything. Right? All right. So normally when you start OBS, what you want to do is start your scene. So let's say, for example, you want to start a new scene, and you call it your class. All right. So now on your sources, you see here, there are no sources. So this blank screen, if you were to start streaming now, this black screen is exactly what the audience sees. If you look at my desktop, it's actually quite messy. There are a lot of files out here, the game here just now. You see my recycle bin, you see all my files and exam and blah, blah, blah. But what the audience will actually see is just this pitch black screen, nothing at all. So you want to show something on the screen, right? So you add your source. Now, you look, so how to add a source? On this side, you add the plus button, all right? Over here, you can add various types of sources depending on what the material is. If let's say you have an additional microphone, I have another microphone over here. So this is my main microphone for classes because it's very, very clear. I can even control the volume using a mixer over here. So if you own a mixer and a microphone, I think, what's the name of the guy from maintenance that rents out his PA system? Let's say you own your own PA system, you have your own professional microphone. You want to plug that in, you can use audio input capture. So just add audio input capture. Let's call it test mic, for example. This is if you have a mic, all right? And then you can choose which device you want, whether you want to have your MIDI device. Is it your microphone from the computer? Is it, for example, the microphone that's external? Is it the microphone from the camera? So in my case over here, I have the microphone from the laptop, the microphone array. I have the microphone from the webcam. I have the microphone, the Scarlett microphone over here. So it depends on what is plugged into your computer. I believe most of you will probably have a microphone array, which is the built-in microphone in your laptop. Now, why do I highlight this? Because sometimes you might not want a microphone at all, maybe for that particular part. So you don't have to add it. All right. So that's number one. You use microphone input for anything that is coming into your computer that you want to show to people. Now, what is audio output then? Okay, let's say on your computer, you have multiple windows or multiple software. Different software have their own sound. For example, one window has YouTube. YouTube has its own audio. And then you're showing this one software, maybe let's say you're showing a game, and that game has its own audio. You only want to capture audio from a certain window. So you go for audio output capture. And then you choose which particular window or which particular speaker. Let's say, for example, your computer is connected to a speaker. You want the thing yang keluar dari speaker tu sahaja. You can choose audio output capture as well. Again, there are a lot of interesting functions, and you have to be creative. Like, how do you want to arrange your thing? You do it like you're arranging your class, basically. All right. So far, am I too fast or am I too slow, or can everybody follow? I need to know. Okay.
I suggest, Brother Nazar, if you
Yes.
can do it with example.
Okay, sure. I will show an example.
Yeah.
I'm showing the basics here first, all right? Okay, thank you, Ustaz Maat, for always be. I will consider Ustaz Maat also the other IT guru in the HS department, because if it weren't for him, I was like, wow, what's a green screen? He is the first person to show me what's a green screen back in, I think it was the flip teaching workshop in 2012 or 2013 together with Brother Shamsuddin. I still remember that one so much. It's really great, all right? Now, let's say, for example, the first thing you probably want to add is a window. Meaning to say you want to show a particular browser or slide. So I'm going to put my, okay, let's say, okay, let me see. Okay, these slides over here, right? Good job. This is my class. You want to add this particular window. So I'm going to put this aside, assuming you only have one screen. So I'm going to kecilkan, kejap I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller as well. Okay. Now go to window capture. Okay. And then you choose what window you want to capture and show. So in this case, I want to show my slides. And tada, now my slides are here. And if you notice, I am not moving this window over here. I'm just moving this window inside OBS. So in other words, what you can do is you can just make this as small as you want or put it down here, but the audience can still see it. Because the way OBS works, you show what you want to show to the audience. You have complete control. And what you show doesn't have to be on your screen. So you can hide it, because bersepah kan. And the audience still sees it. So look, I'm moving this up, down. It's not moving at all. So this is one of the beauty of OBS. Why? Because maybe let's say over here on the right, you can see my cursor here. You want to put your notes, for example. You don't want to see the slides. I tell notes you that you want to tell the students. You can do that. So this is what window capture is. So any software that has a window can be captured using window capture. So you can capture this, or let's add another window. Let's say, for example, window capture 2. I want to capture what? Let's see, I want to capture the live chat from YouTube just now. And tada! Now this window is actually on my second screen. You cannot see it here, but now I can see it here. So OBS can easily pull everything from other sources, and you can select which one to show to the audience. That's how powerful OBS is. Because let's say, for example, some students have slower phones. You don't want to, it might be hard for them. For example, when they read on the phone, the video is small up there, then the chat takes like 75% of the screen. You don't want that to happen. You can put the chat in the particular stream itself, so they can view on the full screen lesson and then have the chat at the corner. You can customize it that way as well using window capture. So that's the window capture. And once you've added something to the particular screen, now you have the name here, window capture, window capture. You notice this eye symbol over here, right? Mata tu. So when you click on the eye, it's hidden. So let's say I want to hide the slide. I want to show something else. Ta-da, it's gone. Simple as that. So when you are currently, let's say when you're starting your stream, you want to hide, you don't even have to press X. You just have to hide temporarily, show something else. And then when you're done, show it again. It is that simple, all right? Now, any questions about window capture so far? Huh? Dr. Siti boleh jadi DJ. Yeah, maybe you're noticing the audio mixer over here. I will talk about the audio mixer after this. So far, we're talking about the sources. Okay, any questions about this? So far, so good. Brother Ashraf Shahi and Sister Farhana. All right. Now, the next thing, if you notice in the list, is something called video capture. Okay, what is video capture? It refers to several things. Number one, if you have a webcam or a camera and you want to capture that camera, go to video capture device. Let's name it webcam of myself, for example, all right? Okay. Then you choose which webcam you want. Now, I'm not able to show the webcam I'm using on Zoom because the webcam is currently being used by Zoom. That's why I have a second webcam over here. So the second webcam here is so I can show how it looks like. So I have the webcam from Zoom, which cannot be used because Zoom is using it right now. And then there are also some other devices I have connected. I'll talk about it later. So I'm using the main HP webcam over here. I can even choose the effects and so on and so forth, all right? So that's how it works. And tada, I have a webcam. And you can just drag it around. You can even resize it. Make it very big. You can make it very small. That's your webcam. That's usage number one. Okay, usage number two Okay, I'm gonna have to like stretch a bit for this device. Let's say you have those from sciences, you have this device called OMR, not OMR, apa ni? What is that transparency device that you use in the sciences, kat science lab masa sekolah dulu? This is one thing where you put that transparent sheet of paper, you write on the sheet, then it shows the projector. What? OHP, yeah, the overhead projector. Thank you. All right. So let's say you have a projecting device or an OHP. You can actually purchase a device that connects to that, and you can actually transmit to your screen as well. Let's say, for example, okay, you're from AED and you have one of those digital drawing tablets. You can get a device connected into here, and then using video capture, you capture that particular thing and put it on your screen. So you can have one screen for your OHP or for your drawings, and then your webcam, and then your slides, all in one particular. So you see, I can arrange things very nicely, and students can see everything at the same time. So let's say, for example, okay, I want to connect this. Okay, I'm going to show one short example. Let me see. I have to get the right cables. I have so many cables here at home, actually. It's like a studio. All right. Let's say, for instance, is my hang ke tak ni? Kejap, eh. Let's say I want to show my TV. Okay, I can even connect to my TV. So using my remote control, I didn't on my TV power yet. Yeah, at home I even have buttons I can press to on everything. So, kejap. Did my computer just hang? Okay, hold on a sec. I think my computer just kaput for. Okay, nope. All right. So you see now. Hold on. So using video capture device, I want to add my TV, for example. So it's under Elgato. I'm using the device called Elgato. Elgato is a capture device I'm using. Oh, hold on, because it's in my others. Sekejap. Kenapa dia lari? Tak tahu. Ah, there you go. So now I have my TV being captured over here. So just so happen I have games on my TV. I don't know why my webcam froze there. Let's ignore my webcam there. And so now while you have the slide, you can even show what's on the TV. So you can imagine this is maybe a TV or a projector or your art. And yeah, I can control everything there. So you can have multiple sources at the same time, and then you arrange them on your monitor, and then you show that to your audience. That's how powerful OBS is at this point, all right? So that's what video capture device is for. Number one, to show your webcam. Number two, if you want to connect to a TV or to another projector or to a device that is inputting video, then you use what you call this video capture, okay? And then let's say you want to have some, some nice text. Let's say you're not into graphic design, you just want to have a basic text. So let's say, for example, this is our second class, contohnya. Contoh lah, right? For example. And then let's select a nice font. I don't know if there's a nice font or not. Yeah, you can even put in text. And you can even play around with design. Let's say, for example, over here is our second class. I shall remove this for a while. And to remove things, just use the minus button down here. So I'm going to add back the, what you call this, the webcam, because I think the webcam kind of went crazy just now. All right. So yeah, you can do this. So you can have, what class is it over here, your slides over here. Then let's say you don't want people to, what you call this, you don't want people to, apa nama tu, lose the chat. You can even capture the chat as well and put it in the slide itself. Let's say, for example, for example. So now I even have the Zoom chat over here. I can put it in. Okay, Brother Zahid, oh, long time no see. How do you capture your TV screen on a computer? I have a device which I got off eBay. It's called, I'm not promoting the brand. but currently I use something called the Elgato HD60 USB capture. So what it does is it captures anything that is connected to it using a HDMI cable, and then it transfers it into your computer, and from your computer into OBS, and then from OBS to what you call this, to YouTube or Twitch. So let's say, for example, maybe for the sciences, you have some old videotapes or documentaries on your old TV. You can get the connector, connect it to your computer, and then broadcast it. So let's assume that this is actually, TV pendidikan on the old TV. You can show that. You can show a lot of things. And look, this whole screen now already looks like a class stream automatically. I did this in 10 minutes. I just added a few stuff. It's as simple as adding things. And then you can start being creative, adding more graphics or whatever. Let's say, for example, okay, by the way, in OBS, if you want to add style or properties, you just right click on the particular item and you go to the properties. All right. So let's say, not properties, filters, sorry. You go to the filters. So I would right click and go to filter, and you can add effects. Okay, Zahid, why? You have any ideas to use a TV with your streams? You can do that. So let's say, for example, you want to do a scrolling effect, like for example, like this. And tada, you can do that while the stream is going on. And automatically, this is what the audience sees. So you can see how much you can do. What I encourage my friends, and even my friends have told me this, because I have a lot of people I know online who taught me how to use OBS as well, is that feel free to actually play with the filters, because the filters has a lot of fancy effects. Now, you probably noticed behind me, and this is where something I need to actually change my webcam for a while. Hold on, yeah. Okay, Sister Mazlina, I will do it right after this, yeah? So hold on, I just need to deactivate this webcam for a while. And then while I'm in, Zoom, I want to stop my video. I'll be starting a video from, hold on a sec, yeah? Because one thing about a computer is that a certain webcam can only be used by one software at a time. So I'm going to change this to my secondary webcam, which has a different angle. Okay, then I'm going to share my screen, which is what you see right here, right now. Okay, now I'm going to add back a webcam. I have a different webcam, which I use for my Logitech webcam. All right. Now you notice, behind me, there's a green screen, right? How do I make that invisible? Okay, so on your webcam, right click and go to filters, okay? Now, there are a lot of effects you can add, but what the effect you want to add is something called chroma key. Now, what is chroma key? You choose a color to make transparent, and it's normally green. And then you just play the settings and tada, it's transparent. But, so for example, there, tada, it's done. But now you're wondering, benda ni kena crop. So, right click again. Hold on, where is it? Here. Right click again, filter, add, crop. And then just like any software, I think left would be around 300 pixels. Top, I think that would be around 50. Right would be around 50. Let me get the right angle. Okay, a bit more. So I think right will be, I think around 70 code. Ta-da! And now I have my face without a background. So I can put myself there if I want to. And bingo. So that is what you call the green screen effect. You have to make sure it's green. That's how it works. Even Hollywood does that, all right? Let me see. Where's my Zoom chat just now? Good job, eh? All right. My Zoom chat is missing. There. All right. Now, a question from Sister Mazlina. Okay, and yeah, if you want me to repeat anything, I don't mind repeating again, yeah? So the way green screen works, it cuts out whatever that is green. So do not wear green. Otherwise, your body will be missing. For example, right now I'm drinking this air kotak and it's green. But because it's green, it becomes transparent as well. Okay, how filters work. So go to any of your sources, in this case, the webcam. Go to filters, and then in the effects, you add something called chroma key. Once you have chroma key, select the color that you want to edit out, and then, you know, just play with this filter just to see how transparent it is. Oh, I'm missing already, alamak. All right. But here's the thing, it depends on your lighting, which is why in professional studios, they have the lights to make sure you can control the lighting and how it's controlled lah. All right. And ta-da. If you're wearing spectacles, it might be hard though, because some spectacles have that green reflection. So you want to make sure you're looking at an angle, otherwise your eyes might be invisible, right? That's something you can do as well. All right, now Sister Mazlina's question, how to add a PowerPoint? Simple. Make sure PowerPoint is already open, and then add plus, and then let me see, where is it just now? Window, and then choose the window you want to add. Let's say I want to add the chat, I want to add, for example, yeah, choose whatever window that is currently open, and you can show it. It's that simple. All right. Okay, so far, is everybody okay? And mind you, this is very basic stuff, but even in the basic sources, there are so many nice things you can do. All right.
Okay, brother Nasr, there's two things.
Yes.
In the source, each one will be a layer, right?
Yes, each is a layer.
So the above will be shown or cover the one down, right?
Yes.
Overlapping. Yeah.
Okay, now I have to show this part. Okay, thanks for that. I was about to mention it right after this part, after going through all of them. Okay, now you notice that everything in the sources list is in a certain order, right? So this is on, which one is on top, which one is in the bottom. This is the order. So you can use the arrow or you can drag them. So let's say, for example, if I put my webcam under this, hold on, then you cannot see my face because it's underneath. So you can play with different arrangements. For example, maybe you put this on top. Sorry. Let's use this button. So be creative with the arrangement. Do the layering. If you're familiar with Photoshop or familiar with, for example, let's say in PowerPoint, you have different layers for the different slides and all that, you probably know how to do this already. So for example, I can put myself on the text, or I can put myself under the text. So the text scrolls on top of me. So be creative with the arrangement of the layers as well. And you can easily make this smaller or longer or upside down, or, you can be very creative with this. So what I normally do is I'll put this one very big. Okay, Ashraf. So how chroma key works, it's like this. Okay, I'll go slowly. So first of all, choose the webcam and then go to filters, okay? Now, in your filters, you have two categories, one for the sound or the video and one for the effect, the lower one. So go to the lower one and press the plus sign. Now, in the plus sign, you should have chroma key over there. There are a lot of other filters you can play with. For example, I don't know if you want to be really, really weird like this. Oh, this is scale, sorry, this is something else. If you want to be very weird, you can put a scroll filter and somehow this happens. I don't know why you want to do this. But yeah, now my face is moving left to right. That is very pening kepala, but some people like it, I guess. You can do that as well if you want to. Different filters have different effects and different, functions on it, all right? All right. And then media source. So let's say you want to add a video. Okay, so I'm going to hide everything here. And you want the video to be permanently a part of your particular, your particular stream. Let's say, for example, there's an animation or you want a video background. So it's pretty simple. So just add media source. So media source is to add videos. So let me see on my desktop, I'll browse. I think I've just put it just now on my desktop. It is Audioless. All right. And then I can put loop meaning that it will repeat when it finishes. All right. And then okay. And then dia akan main sendiri. So when you add a video in this way, it will be, as part of a background. So let's say, for example, I want to do a welcome screen, all right? I'll show how this works. So this is a video I cut last night for a few minutes, by the way, more like a preview screen. And then I'm going to add a filter. Filter is for effects, basically, all right? Let's say I want to add an effect filter. Let's say I want to add, what should I add, yeah? Maybe a color. I want to give some color to it. I want to make it maybe reddish coat. Hey, that's very bad. No, not this one. That looks bad. Maybe I want to add, let's see, what color should I add? Or what filter? Let's say I want to add, no, this is for sound. Okay, color correction lah contohnya. Let's say I want to make it slightly brighter. And then I change the thing into, like that, for example. Contohnya lah. And then I can add a text, put this on top. Okay, I can add this besarkan, make it bigger. Sure, no problem. I will go, I don't mind repeating myself here, right? So let's say, okay, I added this one, filters, scroll, let's make it slower, close. What color should I make this? The background should be, not this one, I think it's this one, yeah. So, I have like an introduction screen if you want, right? What I did with my own stream looks something like this. So at the background, there's a video of my past streams. And then I have text over here saying that what I'm going to teach today, for example. Then an animation I made myself here. Stream is starting soon. All right. Okay. Now we have 2 questions in there in the audience. Okay, how to add PowerPoint slide? Okay, no problem. So I'll delete everything over here. Okay, so first of all, you add the window. Make sure PowerPoint is already open. Otherwise, you cannot put it in. In my case, PowerPoint's already closed. Okay, so I will just close I'll just open PowerPoint again. Hold on. Where are you, PowerPoint? Okay. Make sure PowerPoint is already open in the first place. And then just go here, window capture. Let's name this PowerPoint slides. Okay. And then choose the window that you want to capture. So in this case, it's your PowerPoint slides. And tada, it's over there. All right. Now, number 2, how to move it around. Just click on the window and start moving around. Make sure it's selected over here lah. All right, problem, OBS cannot capture the window. I believe if let's say your computer has a problem in capturing windows, what you do is you download something called the DirectX plugin. All right, so just Google DirectX plugin and then install it, and then hopefully you'll be able to add it. Because some older computers especially, they don't have the driver or the plugin that enables it to capture certain things. It depends on how old the computer is. If the computer is normally older than 2014, it might have that problem. Because last year when I did this workshop, there was a few participants with that problem as well. All right. All right, any other questions at this point, or can I proceed? How to select. So, okay, just click on it. And to know it's selected, number one, you can either click here and you know it's already selected, or you notice there's this red line around the item. So if you see this red line and with the red box at each corner, then you know it's selected. And number two, it's already highlighted over here. All right, you want to do the animation effect. All right, very nice. Okay, no problem. So first of all, you can add whatever you want to add. Effects can be added to anything, all right? Let's say you want to add text. Okay, text. Let's say class name lah contohnya, right? And then you want to type your text. For example, let's say HSE, sorry, 0314, which is my subject title lah, all right? So first you have to add the text, okay? Now, once you've added the text, right click over here. Okay, effects in OBS are called filters, okay? So you go to filters, add a new effect, and there are many effects you can play around with. Over here, we have something called scroll. Then you can choose the speed and direction to the left, to the right, or if you want to be very, very creative, up and down pun boleh. It's totally up to you. And then poof, it's moving if you want to do that. And every type of source has a different effect or filter you can add. This is where you can be very, very creative. No problem, Sister Fatin. All right, other things you can add. Let's say you want to add a picture, all right? So let's say, for example, image. So let's see what picture I want to add. I have a lot of pictures in here. Let's say, oh, these are these are kind of personal pictures. Never mind. What's this? Is this some words of wisdom or something? Let's say you want to add some, words of wisdom, or maybe like some rules for your class. Put it in the corner. Sometimes I do this in my classes. So you can put your, So what you do is add, and then when you add, you choose image. And then you browse in your computer what image you want to add, and then move it anywhere you want. And if you're very creative, you can, put all sorts of things and make it a very, very well-designed stream, all right? Of course, this looks very, very meh. I can show you how a nicely designed one looks like. I can use my stream as an example of how I arrange things, all right? Now, this is for one scene. You can design another scene so it changes to another setup. Let's say, for example, leceh lah nak keep on rearranging, right? So you have many, hold on, let's see. PowerPoint slide will not be in full slideshow. You can make it full. You can make it full, very simple. So whatever happens here, okay, I have my slide over here, okay? So assume that the students cannot see your window. They can only see what's in OBS, right? So whatever you change over here will change in OBS as well. So let's say, for example, you change the slide. If you change this to full screen mode, okay, I may need my second monitor for this. Hold on a second. All right. Now, why this picture, by the way? Because in my class, I teach about how, image has its own, what you call this, imagery has its own, message, right? So let me get out of these slides first. Okay, I'm gonna show, let me see, stop share. I will reshare, but my other screen instead. Okay, so take note, yeah? Now I'm using my second screen to show how this works. So let's say you have your thing over here. So if let's say you put your slides in full screen mode, alamak, sekejap eh. There you go. Kejap. Let me just, Zoom is missing for a while. Where are you, Zoom? New share. All right. Can you all, new share, share. Okay. Kejap. Something went weird with this whole thing. I will share, let me see this particular screen. All right, so now you get the full screen view, but depending on what version of PowerPoint, in my case, I'm using WPS, it might show the notes. So you have to know which one you want to capture. Now, if let's say you want to capture a screen, because you want to get the full screen, right? So instead, over here you have something called display capture. So display capture takes the entire screen. So I have two monitors. So I put the full screen PowerPoint in my other monitor, and ta-da, you have this. So every time I change a slide in that screen, it automatically changes. So I can make this slightly smaller. I can hide this one already. Good job. I think the computer is starting to slow down because I have so much going on now. Okay. Now where is my chat? My chat. Hold on a sec. I'm not able to read chat right now. All right. So yeah, if you want to have the full screen, you'll be doing a display capture, because display captures the full screen. If it's window, just a window. So some full screen applications might be problematic in that case. Okay, right now, because I have so many windows going on, so yeah, depending on your computer, it might slow down or it might be faster depending on how things go. So just probably gonna matikan this guy for a while. It hang. It does happen once in a while. All right. Okay, hold on a sec. I'm restarting OBS. All right. But yeah, it restarts very fast if it ever crashes. Today is one of those moments it just suddenly chose to crash. So yeah, I can choose to hide that. And tada, my slides are here. So when I click on the slides, automatically the slides change. But the students only see this. I'm not promoting McDonald's, by the way. I'm just showing the messages behind the different images, by the way. All right. But sometimes full screen apps can have its problems, all right? All right, where was I? Okay, other things you can add in OBS. All right, you can add images, you can add a web browser if you want. You can also add web browser using a window capture, which I actually recommend using window capture rather than a browser source. More to that later, right? So how do I normally arrange my own streams? All right, so over here, I will put my webcam in one particular corner, either left or right, whichever you're comfortable with. And then just, I don't know, this is just me being very, very paranoid about people copying my content. So I added an image as a watermark over here, so that, you know, that thing is permanently there. And then using the full list of things here, I can easily hide or show whatever I want. For example, let's say I need to go to the toilet kejap. I can easily hide myself, be right back. So nobody sees me at all. And then when I'm back, I can show myself. When I need to go to the toilet again, be right back over there. You can do that. And I can hide or show any sources at my command. So yeah, this is what having sources are for. And then you can make a new scene. So let's say you have a completely different setup. Then you just click here and it changes. And you can change the animation of how it changes. Let's say, for example, fade. So it fades in. It fades in like that. Or for example, you might want a swipe animation. You can have that. And you can have that. So once you have arranged all of your stream, you want to test it out. Now you're probably asking, how do I stream? So you go to your settings. Now you'll see a lot of settings. This is why some people get scared about OBS, because there's so much you can do, but probably, even I don't use this first part, the general part, all right? Now over here, stream, so you have general, you have stream. You choose what service are you using. Are you using Twitch? Are you using YouTube? Are you using Facebook? So whatever platform you're using, choose it. And then remember the stream key I mentioned just now? You put in your stream key here. Of course, I'm not going to show mine, otherwise you can hijack my channel, right? All right, and then, so put your stream key here. So once you have a stream key, the moment you want to stream, just click start streaming, and automatically on YouTube or Twitch, your live channel will begin immediately. All right. If you want to just record and not stream, you press start recording. Okay. And once it's done, it will save in your video folder in your, what you call this, in your computer. But make sure the settings, okay, now back to the settings. Now we have output over here. So output here, now for normal connections, I would recommend 2500 kps over here. But if let's say you come from a place with slower internet connections, set it around 1000 or 800. There's a lot of what you call this guides online on what is the setting to put there. The bitrate you put here depends on the speed of your internet. All right, because at home I have, how fast is my internet now? I forgot how fast is my internet at home, but mine is very fast at home. So I put it at a very high setting, 2500. All right. Now, YouTube and Twitch, the way they work is that you have to give them a high quality video, all right, as high as you can. They will handle the downscaling. So let's say, for example, your audience has a slow internet connection. They will then readapt your video into a lower quality. But if you send a low quality video to YouTube or Twitch, they cannot increase the quality if the internet is good. It will just be the same quality as it is. So make sure you are transmitting, the right quality depending on your speed. Make sure it's not too low, all right? And then here you can also set, if let's say you're recording, where to save the recording. And then audio, you can set what audio to use if you have multiple microphones, so on and so forth. You can set the resolution, whether you want full HD or, whatever it is. You want shortcuts for starting the stream, but this is a very advanced one. You probably wouldn't be using this. And that's it. So have your stream key. And yeah, any questions? Because, after, I think we're going to stop for the next break around 12 or 12:30, right? And then after Zohor, we're going to have a practical where I want to see everyone stream, a test stream. So questions are pretty much welcome here. Yeah, I shall stop sharing. All right. So any questions from our participants? Okay, for Twitch, yes, you need to get an account. For both YouTube and Twitch, you need to have your own account. And if you're using YouTube, you need to activate 24 hours before your first stream because they want to make sure you're not going to give any bahan lucah to them, any X-rated stuff. They really are strict about it nowadays. Okay, Ashraf, how to get your stream key? Very good question. Let me share my screen again. All right, how to get your stream key depends on what platform you're using, all right? It is different for YouTube. It is different for what you call this, for Twitch. Now, if you're using YouTube, YouTube has this very bad habit of moving things every 1 or 2 months. I don't know why they do that. They're trying to improve the platform, but it makes it very hard to find certain things. My trick is just once you're logged into YouTube, then you just search YouTube Live Dashboard. So YouTube Live Dashboard, I'll type it in chat, YouTube Live Dashboard. Then go here. And then, okay, it will load for a while. It's a bit slow sometimes. Then here you can edit the title of your live video, put a category, make it public or unlisted if you want certain people to view. And then down here, settings, you have the stream key here. I'm not going to show mine, of course. Okay, very fast. Nobody can see that. And then, yeah, you can start streaming over there. So get this particular code. Once you have the code, then go into OBS. Okay, I'm just going to open OBS for the sake of showing. Then go to your settings. And then go to your stream. And then make sure you choose the service you're using. If you're using YouTube, then choose YouTube RTMP. And then put the stream key here. Now, once you're done, when you hit start streaming, automatically you'll be live on YouTube. Okay, that is if you're using YouTube. Now, if you're using Twitch, so Twitch.tv. And I have both Twitch and YouTube accounts for streaming because I do stream on both. Normally, I put my gaming stuff on Twitch, and I put my miscellaneous stuff on YouTube. So click on your user account over here, and then you go to your settings. Settings, was it? Bukan. I think it's under your, your dashboard. Your dashboard is always in a dashboard. And then you go to your content, I believe. No, you go to your preferences. Then your channel. And then there you find your stream key. So it's normally on the dashboard. But I have to warn you, YouTube changes where it is every now and then. So just Google it once you're logged in. So you automatically find the page immediately. All right?
Brother Nazar, for
Yes.
YouTube, the easiest way, just go live. When you go to your channel and go live.
All right, that would work, but depending on how you set up OBS, sometimes it can disturb the flow, sometimes. All right, but that is an alternate way. But that one has its problems, Ustaz.
I mean to get the stream,
Get the stream code, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
If you use the live button on YouTube, it will just use the webcam only. That's a very dangerous part. But to get the code, yeah, that's the thing about YouTube. There are many ways to get the code. One of them is through the dashboard, one is through the live one as well. For example, okay, let's try that here actually, just to show how it works. But yeah, I have to say this, that YouTube has been changing a lot. I do appreciate that they are actually improving. So it's under create, okay, go live. Because I believe last year it was somewhere else. Okay, under go live. Okay, YouTube. Then you get the stream settings there as well. Okay, now they moved it here. That's good. You can do that as well. Okay, thank you, Ustaz. Wow, last time it wasn't like that. All right. Okay, any other questions or feedback from the audience? So, moderator, what time is our break for the second session? Yeah. 12:30. All right. Oh, so we are almost 12 right now. Okay. Any questions? Okay. Be right back. I kind of need the washroom right now. So while I go to the washroom, perhaps you can have any questions. All right, I am back. Thank you for waiting, everyone. Okay, we have a very good question from Sister Hafiza. Too much going on here. It can be an overload of information sometimes. All right, if we do streaming, is the video recorded automatically? No, it is not automatically recorded. So if you want to record to your computer over here, so you have start streaming and start recording. So make sure you hit start recording. But when you stream to YouTube and Twitch, after the stream is over, your video will be there. So for example, if I were to show, let's say YouTube, I hope it doesn't hang here. So this was the video just now, right? So let's say, okay, this is my channel. So when you go back to the channel, and Sister Hafiza, no problem. I don't mind explaining again, because after this, I want to have some, a recap and then some advanced tips. All right. So this is my YouTube channel. So once you stream it, it will be on your channel over there. So on YouTube, it will be on your YouTube channel. YouTube is a bit weird. Sometimes the recent streams are not immediately there. So you have to go to videos. Then for whatever reason, you have to go to past live streams. Some of them will be here first before finally being permanent on the channel, but it's still there immediately. So the moment you do your class or whatever it is, it'll be automatically on YouTube if you're using YouTube. If you're using Twitch, I'll show. Again, go to your own profile. Okay, let's see. Okay, my channel. I am not live right now. Okay, let's see. And then go to your videos. And then everything that has been streamed will automatically be on your channel. So over here, you can see, yeah, I do stream a lot on weekends, especially. That's how I spend my weekends. I have a lot of past videos here, live videos. And most of my live videos, sometimes classes, sometimes just, me exploring games can be like 1 hour or 2 hours. Sometimes it's like 2 or 3 hours, depends lah. But yeah, you can find it on your channel basically. But if you want to save it to your computer, there are two ways. Number one, while it's going on, you can record. And that also means that you can record and then see yourself and then, hey, maybe I just want to upload this. I don't want this to be live. You can do that as well. This is also a recording software. It's not just a streaming software. Or let's say you finish streaming, and then once you're done streaming, go to your own channel and then download your own video. So go to your own video on YouTube. If you're using YouTube, go back to your own video, go to edit video, and then hold on. And then at the corner here, I believe it's at the corner here, options, you can download your video. If it's not ready to be downloaded, it will not show there. But once you give it some time, you can then download your own video from YouTube. Whereas for Twitch, just go to your profile, go to your video producer, and then you see all your past streams or past things, and even the number of viewers you had and all that. Just go to the 3 dots, and then you can download your own stream from your channel. All right. So in case you forgot to, record your own stream, you can download your streamed stream. All right. Now, repeat step by step. Sure. I actually want to do a recap here. This is a very good thing. Just nice time here. Okay. So first of all, when you open OBS, there'll be nothing at all. Nothing at all. So how it works, okay, scenes are different setups or different arrangements. You might want to have a different arrangement. For example, class macam ni, and then one class macam ni, arrangement slide there. Different people have different arrangements, right? So this is for your different arrangements. Sources is what you want to have shown to the audience. You use the plus sign to add a variety of sources. Window capture to capture a window. Video capture device to either capture a webcam or a TV or an overhead projector or maybe even a tablet. For example, if you're from AED, all right, and let's say you have the Wacom graphic tablet. You can actually plug that in and get the input from that tablet into OBS. So you can show designs as well. What else? You have text. You can add text on the screen. You can add images. You can add an entire screen display and a lot of things. Game capture is to add games. Let's say, for example, there are games that are completely full screen. For example, you know, maybe your child plays Dota, plays PUBG, then you can actually, what you call this? Capture the game. Because some games, they don't use a window. Some game, they just use the whole screen. And when you do display capture, it cannot capture. So use game capture for those kind of captures, all right? All right, drawing. Now, drawing, there are several ways to do it. Number one, you have the drawing app. For example, let's say lah contohnya maybe AED guna AutoCAD. You're using AutoCAD or using Photoshop. So what you do is you do a screen capture or a window capture of the software, and then automatically people can see your mouse movements. That's number one. Number two, if you have a graphic tablet, which is a device, I think now on Shopee and Lazada is only like 200, 300 ringgit. It's on sale right now, especially some of the older Wacom tablets. So I highly recommend AD lecturers, you might want to consider that. You can plug that in and capture the movement of the pen, which is very crazy. Or number three, you can buy a webcam and then point the webcam to your hands. For example, I think just now when I was browsing Twitch, let me see. So, okay, art. So, let me see who is currently live right now. Not many people. Past videos. So over here, right? So let's say you can actually point the camera to your hands or to your, what you call this? To your drawing pad or whatever it is. You can point the camera like this. Then of course you can make the camera smaller or bigger, or up to you. This is one method which I think is very useful if, let's say, the thing cannot be easily typed. For example, let's say you have symbols to draw, or for chemistry, all the petala, all the, you know, the chemical formulas, that's not easy to type, kan? Or mathematics, you have all that separate lines. Okay, good question from both Sister Siti Hajar and Sister Fatima Putri. All right, display capture, is it better to have two monitors? You don't need to have two monitors, although it makes it easier to work. But itulah, seeing that COVID is, you know, this long. I mean, we don't know how long COVID's going to be, kan? I mean, scholars, I mean, I'm writing a research paper with my friends from UM and UKM, and they are predicting that COVID is going to last for at least 3 years. And, you know, given that Malaysia now has 1,000 plus cases every day, macam tahulah how long it's going to be like online learning ni kan. So yeah, I mean, it can be an investment lah. I would say it's a good investment. And you don't have to buy a brand new monitor. Sometimes when they're on sale or second hand, they can be very cheap. Or maybe mana tahu ITD ada old monitors, I don't know. ITD stuff, maybe you can sell that, I don't know. A separate camera, depends. If let's say you want to show your hand, maybe the AED lecturers might benefit from having multiple cameras. Maybe those teaching practical subjects, like for example, a physics lab or bio lab, you might really benefit from multiple cameras. So it depends on the field. Okay, Sister Farahana has a very good question. What if you want to use your phone? So thanks to technology today, this was not possible dulu tau. I think it started last year or last 2 years. Now, there are special apps that you can download on your phone, and you can connect your phone to OBS. So how that works, so once you download the app for your phone, I think it's called HD Camera for OBS phone, all right? I'll send the link later on. So in your sources, you know what? Let's download it now. I want to test this and see how easy it is. So because a colleague of mine, I think Sister Emilia Diana from HS actually shared with me on what you call this?
Apa dia?
Apa dia? Marah ke? All right. So basically, over here sources kan, video capture device, you can also add other video sources. So let's say if you link your phone to your particular apa ni? If you link your phone to OBS, it's possible. Let me see. Banyak gila app ni. What's the exact name? HD. Oh, yours is for Apple ke? Yours is Apple, Emilia. I think
Mine
for
iPad.
iPad, no wonder lah. I think for Android, there's something called Droid Cam OBS. Oh, ada juga. So I'm downloading right now just to show how this is actually possible. All right, I've opened it already. All right, then I have to install. Okay, I want to show how easy it is to do. Because these days, technology has really changed, kan? So once you install it.
There's a program they call Droid.
Yeah, Droid. I'm using that one right now. Droid.
Just Droid, yeah. Yeah, just Droid, yeah.
OBS.
Oh, dia kalau lain device, different device, they have different options.
Yeah. Depends on that device itself lah. So digital. Oh, you don't have to buy a webcam. You can use your phone. Oh, so you can save money here. So you get the app and then you install the plugin and then you can automatically add this as a camera. Wow, that is very, very useful. So if you have two phones at home, or maybe you can borrow your husband or your wife's phone or your anak punya phone, you have multiple camera sources. That is very good. You save money automatically. Okay, for iPad, it is called HD Cam for OBS, I think. Apple. Kalau for what you call this? So yeah, you save money. For Android, it's called Droid. Droid Cam OBS.
Actually, brother, Droid have for Apple also.
For Apple also? Wow.
Yeah, you can choose. You can choose which software you want to download.
That's very nice. This is getting better. So yeah, now you save money. So if you don't have a budget for what you call a webcam, so look, I'm opening Droid on my phone already. It's giving me the code to connect to OBS. So now I can just easily connect to OBS and get it in. Wow. So I just have to download the plugin. That is very convenient.
Yeah, this is Mac. Yeah, there's Mac there.
Windows version here. Yeah, so it is possible to add the phone. In fact, depending on what kind of phone you have, especially if it's an iPhone or a high-end Samsung or Oppo, the camera is really good. So all you need to invest in now is get a small tripod. Where's my small? Yeah. Even I use this tripod for some classes for my webcam. So what I do is I put the webcam and then point it to my hands and I start drawing, because for my classes, for phonetics, we have to draw very unusual symbols, which is very hard to type. It is possible to type, but it wastes time. I'm faster at drawing symbols. So when you just use this one, then put your camera on there, your phone, halakan, yeah, automatically problem solved. So those doing the practical courses, I mean, the only thing is that, you know, you can't expect the student to bedah. You know, they can't expect them to operate the rat at home. That's very, very, that's very brutal. You know, finding a rat at home and then cutting it open. I mean, but for the lecturers, you can go to the lab, point your phone to the rat, cut it open, and then say, see, this is the heart, this is the lung of the rat, maybe. There you go. But that's the thing, technology is consistently evolving. This was not available last 2 years or last 3 years. Things are getting better. All right, any other questions before we go over a recap and some advanced tips? And I learned a lot from my audience as well, you know, because before this workshop started, I think I was talking to, was it Ashraf or Kak Fatima? I was talking and asking like, what is the audience, right? And most are from sciences and AED. I was like, wow, this is a challenge. So I actually watched a lot of streams on how actual architecture lecturers overseas and, you know, biology lecturers overseas are doing, how they're doing their online classes. And yeah, they are actually being creative with the camera placement. And it's not that difficult to do in OBS. You just have to add multiple cameras, or now you can just add your phone. And yeah, of course, it is not the most ideal form of education. I mean, of course, face-to-face education still has its merits, but I would say that online education helps in ways that face-to-face just doesn't. For example, now you want to be safe because you never know who has COVID. You know, like the past few weeks, we have students contracting COVID from a friend or whatever at the gate and all that at the masjid. It's crazy. All right, Sister Hafiza. All right. So the video is not automatically recorded to your computer, but it is automatically set to Twitch and YouTube. So once you're done streaming, it is available there. But if you want to record it, you have a record function in OBS. So just don't forget to hit record over here. All right. Okay, any questions before I recap?
Brother, if just
Yes.
a little bit about studio mode.
What? Okay, studio mode. All right. Now, there is something called studio mode over here. It depends because I notice some computers might slow down a lot if they use studio mode. So what is studio mode? Okay, let's say you have multiple scenes. Let's say, for example, let's say over here, I have my, stream is starting soon screen, all right? And then, I'm not sure whether my class screen is properly done or not. So I open studio mode and I can actually have like a backstage. For example, okay, I have my class. So go to my class over here. Okay, webcam kat sini tak? Is this thing over here or not? Is this ready or not? So you can actually choose, to see things in advance. All right. If you know what I mean, because takkan you want to edit things while the class is going on. You can do that, but sometimes there might be hiccups or problems. So studio mode allows you to see the other ones before it's being shown to the audience. All right. But again, it really depends on the computer, because let's say, for example, even on my computer over here, if I were to do studio mode, let's say, hold on a sec, yeah. This is an animation screen that I designed myself. So let's say I want to do studio mode. When I show the animation here, it doesn't show up because some computers might be, might be very, very heavy for the computer. And I'm aware that for our staff, not all staff have the fastest laptops or the fastest computers, all right? All right, Sister Fatin Zahida, can you repeat again how to add another source if it is okay? If, let's say, you're using your phone as a source, first of all, you have to install the app on your phone. And then you also have to install the plugin on your computer so that you can link the computer to your phone. Okay, by the way, I just installed it just now, right? So let me see. Let's install it. I agree. Android support. All right, finished. Now, where are you, phone? I think it's under video capture device. Then you have to find where the setting is, basically. Hold on, where would it be? I think, let me see. All right, if you're using Droid Cam, you have to put the IP. So I assume the IP would be under browser. Let me see. So the IP would be 192.168.0.177. Good job. Again, I have never used this before, so I might be horribly wrong. Front camera. Does it work? Let me see. Studio mode off. Okay, somehow it's not showing. Let me just see for a while. Why isn't it working? Again, I have to explore this one as well.
You need to first active on your phone and your computer.
It's already active on my phone.
Then you open it, and you open it from your computer also. You have to download the same software on your computer.
Okay, it's been downloaded already, Ustaz. So let me see. Droid Cam.
So open in your computer. Yeah.
Because some plugins you can immediately open through what you call this?
Yeah.
Through OBS, but some you have to find them, right? Okay, hold on a sec. Hold on, where is my dev 47? It's not here. I have a lot of stuff on my computer. Hold on, it's not opening. Maybe I'll show it in the next one because I have to find the thing right now. It's kind of missing. Where did it download? What's the name just now? Droid Cam OBS setup. It should be in the computer already. Droid Cam. Okay. By right, it should open, but it's not opening right now. I'm not so sure why, but I will find out after this. Let's see. Could it be under video capture? It doesn't come out under video capture. So it's usually after install, it will come out here, but it's not coming out. Okay, I'll figure out, then I'll answer in the next session, yeah, for that one. Can't seem to find it. Or I might need a different app for this one. All right, any other questions from the audience, by the way? Okay, let's see. Okay, any other questions from the audience? Or are we all okay? Okay, step to step. Okay, okay, first repeat step to step to start streaming. Okay, very simple. So first of all, make sure you have the stream key from either YouTube or Twitch, and then go to settings, go to stream, put your stream key. Now, once the stream key is there, then when you hit start streaming, automatically your stream starts, all right? Oh yeah, I didn't show my screen, what the heck? So sorry about that. Okay. All right, you can see my stream, right? Okay, so just go to settings, make sure you get the stream key, which I can show again how to do that. So just go to, if YouTube, you either search your dashboard or you can also, what you call this, go to over here, then go live. Hold on. And then get your stream key somewhere here. Hold on a sec. Yeah, get your stream key here of YouTube. If you're using Twitch, go to your dashboard, go to preferences and then channel, and you find your stream key here. And then make sure you put in your stream key and select the right service, YouTube or Twitch. There are many different services you can use as well, depending on what you're using. Facebook also has the function. I'm not sure how to find the stream key for Facebook, but it's actually quite easy to find it. So select the right service. So in this case, you're going to, where's YouTube? There are even some Arabic and Chinese services here as well, which is very interesting. So RTMP, okay. And then hit start streaming to stream and recording if you want to record. You can do both at the same time. Once you're done, then hit stop streaming. As simple as that, all right? And then the next question there was, what is group for? Okay, how to do the group. Oh, okay. There's also a question, how did that fancy scene? All right. Okay, hold on. I'll do one by one. All right. So group, let's say, for example, in my case, you want to move many things at the same time. Let's say I want to move my webcam and what you call this, my notifications at the same time. So I can group them together. Where's my group? And then, okay, I can group them together and move them together. It's just like in Word or PowerPoint, when you group layers together, then you move them together. That's basically it. All right. How did I create my fancy scene? Okay, very nice question. Okay, now I'll show how to do this. Hold on. Let me just stop sharing for a while. Okay. How do I do my streams, right? So I have to plug in this one. Sorry, I have a lot of things on my computer. All right, now I can share screen again. How do I create my streams, right? So hold on. Okay, chat over here. Now I can see my chat. And hold on, does it load or not? Ah, all right. So this is how I do my streams, all right? So first of all, I have one scene for this starting soon screen, all right? So there are several components. I'll show them the layers one by one, all right? Now, the first layer is a movie that I designed myself. I also do video editing work and my own programming and all stuff, right? So in this movie consists of 3 layers. At the back is an actual video that's playing. And then I have a transparent layer of one color just to give that effect. And then I have the text on top of it. And then I animated this on my own. So this is what I did in a different software. I saved it as a movie file. I put it here and I call it start animation, all right? And then I put it on repeat. So it repeats itself multiple times after every 2 minutes. That's the first layer. The second layer, if you notice just now in the stream on YouTube, there was a song, right? So there was a song that I wrote myself and recorded myself. So I added that as a background music, all right? And then over here, I have another layer called game name, all right? So over here, notice. So I can edit this part every time. So I don't have to edit the video. I just edit the text only. So that, okay, today's stream, for example, OBS workshop. Let's say, for example, I want to change that. Let's say, masa, haha. I can change that. And I don't have to change everything else. These things are there permanently, so I don't have to change them. And I use that as a, you know, like a placeholder where to put things, all right? And then the name of the song playing, because I have a lot of songs I write on my own. And I set this on scrolling, so it's like a player, all right? And then over here, let's say people want to chat with me. So the chat will appear over here if people were to chat to me while waiting for me to stream, all right? And this one was, I did, this is not necessary over here. That is for my screen. Okay, when you have multiple scenes, there is something called transition. So when you change to a different screen, you can have an animation. So the animation I put here is called Luma Wipe. So when I change the next scene, it gives me this effect. So when I do my streams, I have a lot of layers going on. So one by one, I will explain every single layer that I use, how I made my fancy stream. So first of all, I do a lot of gaming stuff, but I have multiple gaming devices. If I were to play my old Nintendo, I have an output just for that. If I were to play my PlayStation 4 or my Nintendo Switch, I have an output just for that. If I were to play my Super Nintendo, I have a plug just for that. So I can easily switch between different systems over here. And then if, let's say, I'm timing myself, I can on the timer over here. If, let's say, for example, I want to show if people are challenging me. So there's a challenge bar. Who's the challenger for today? All right. And then let's see. This is my screen. If I want to show a full screen, I can show the full screen as well. And then I have my, that's not necessary. If I'm streaming on YouTube, I can activate YouTube chat. So YouTube will appear, where's YouTube? So people from YouTube, the chatters will come over here. If people are chatting on Twitch, it will normally appear on top of me over here. If, let's say, I have a new follower, there's a notification over here. Yes, this is a very complex setup I've done on my own. And then my webcam is normally at the corner over there. So yeah, you have to know how to arrange things. My watermark is over here at the top. If I need to go to the toilet, I can hide my webcam and do that. Be right back. And then I have a mixer for different sources. My microphone has its own volume. My webcam, I off it normally. My game has its own volume as well. And then my desktop, normally I mute so that WhatsApp doesn't kacau. And then when I'm done, I just click end over here. And I have my own custom ending screen as well, which I made myself. So that's how I made my stream. And once you've done your stream, you can just leave OBS on its own. And now I'm facing this other TV over here. And I can just play my game as I want. For example, I want to select, for example, let's say what game? Or let's go shopping. Let's say shop for a game, for example. So I can open the shop and then show what's available right now. And people can see live. I no longer have to touch the computer. I just look at the computer when I want to change scenes, like for example, this. Or I look at the computer only when I want to read chat. So once you have everything set up, you can just focus on teaching and you don't have to touch OBS anymore. You just read the chat and look at your slides. And I can easily do that. So that's why camera placement also matters. You want to have a good camera placement basically, all right? So that's how I use OBS in my case. I also use it for classes. For example, over here, so I'll disable my PlayStation input. I'll put my display capture over here. And then I'll just put my slides up here. So where's my slide tadi? Mana dia hilang? My slides just disappeared for a while, which happens sometimes. So I'll just put my slides here. And in OBS, it looks like this. But because I'm showing OBS, so let me see. Let me just hide OBS for a while. But you get what I mean here, because when you show OBS, it has this very, very weird effect going on. So the audience will see this. They'll see my screen. All right. And of course, for my webcam, I have an effect that's going on, the green screen effect. And I crop the video a bit as well. All right. So that's how I set up my streams normally. I wouldn't call it fancy. I've actually seen fancier stuff. If I were to show Twitch, especially, Twitch has a lot of creative people really going crazy with how they show their passion or their hobby or whatever it is. For example, I like cooking streams sometimes because the way they show their cameras are just so unique. Let's say, for example, cooking, not the cooking simulator. Let's say food lah, food and drink category. I'll mute this tab for a while so it doesn't kacau the workshop. Yeah, for example, somebody is eating, one of those ASMR streams, I guess. Dah masak, kau makan pula. So you can be very creative with what you do. So I don't know who this is. This is someone I searched randomly. So look at her layout. What she did over here is she's showing herself eating. I guess jadilah tu kot, I don't know. And then you have her chat over here. Then how much donations or people are donating to watch her cook and eat. The internet is officially crazy. And then, yeah, you can do that. You can be creative in that way. I mean, this is very simple. Or if you want to be very complex, what's the most complex I've seen so far? Complex would be like, I'll just close this person. Nothing's complex right now going on. Yeah, like here you have two webcams, two people talking at the same time, commentating. You can do that as well. Like this person is doing a timer function. So while playing the game, he is timing himself. So muka pun dah macam penat je over there, very tired face, his time and his record, and the people interacting on the right in chat over here. You can do that as well. There are many different things you can put on screen. And then there, the notification, when somebody follow there, you're under follow, now following. You can have that notification going on. There are a lot of things you can do. A lot of things. And one thing I have to emphasize about streaming is that, of course, this is not the niyah of doing a stream, but if you do well and you get a lot of viewers, you can actually earn you can actually earn revenue through that. So maybe that's a good way for departments to also earn money, by streaming live classes. People watch, people like it, you get money. For example, I have a friend who's a streamer and her name is Kambing Gole. I don't know why she chose the name Kambing Gole. In English, that means that roasted lamb. So Kambing Gole is a streamer and she just streams herself playing video games, and she has challenge, for example, don't laugh while playing this game or all that, or ceramah ustad and all that kind of stuff. She has 260,000 subscribers and she earns around, I think, 14,000 a month just from people watching her streams. Because each of her video, look at the views. Because views gets you money on YouTube. So some people go for that. I would love for education to reach this level, because if education can do this, education can really change in Malaysia. Right now, we only see gamers doing this. For example, 600,000. That's crazy. People watching a girl playing games. Simple as that. So these are the possibilities of streaming, what you can do with OBS. It seems like something simple, but there's so much that can be done. All right. Any other questions? Wow, we're already at 12:30. See, so what will happen after the break is that we will keep the chat open, and during the chat, you can share your progress of the stream you're making. So what I'll do is a challenge at either around Zohor or after Zohor. I will post a challenge here in chat for all participants. I want you all to do a stream with a minimum requirement of certain things. Certain things have to be on that stream. And then I want to see whether you can successfully produce that stream or not. So I will post that challenge on the chat around 1 p.m. inshallah. And then you can take your time to make it. And then I will guide you if you need any help. And then we'll have some closing remarks. And I'll also share my tips and some etiquettes of streaming. Because when you're doing a stream, there are actually some etiquettes to do, both as a viewer and a streamer. For example, there are certain things you don't talk about. There are certain things you don't say. Just like, when you're talking in front of an audience on stage, there are certain things you don't do. There are, public speaking etiquettes. So likewise, when it comes to streaming, there are certain things you just don't say. And when you join other people's streams as an audience, there are also certain things you do and certain things you don't do. And for example, how do you handle those silent moments? Because quite a few people in the feedback mentioned that they feel like they're talking alone, right? You can feel lonely when doing online classes, not seeing people. So how do you handle that? How do you tackle that? I will cover that in the third session as well, right? So I think the time is already 12:30. So I'll give the floor back to our moderator. So thank you.
Okay.